Okay, here we are back at Pool Table Magic, which if you're paying attention, you can read on the triangle that Warren Kiamco is putting on the table, even though it's upside down. And it will be Warren Kiamco and Brandon. That's an N, sir. Brandon, not Brandon. One of the tech gear guys can't spell, Stephen. Oh, I'm sorry. Brandon Shuff and Warren Kiamco. Losers round, race to 3. In the 2016 U.S. Open One Pocket Championship held at Pool Table Magic in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Sponsored by CSI and Pool Table Magic. Mark Kalenjin's the proprietor. Been here 11 years. A great room. Really a nice room. Simonis and Aramith providing the brand new cloth and Aramith balls. OBQs and Tiger Qs. Tiger is also the sponsor of Warren Kiamco. And Brandon Shuff's sponsors are Hustlin' Clothing, the NAPL, which is Tony Robles' league out of the New York area, the Mid-Atlantic North American Pool League. And that's affiliated with CSI to a certain degree. And then the Baltimore Q Club. It was a pretty good break. Kept him honest, and that constitutes a foul. No ball hit the rail after contact. Race to 3. Winner sides goes to 4, race to 4, and the finals is one single race to 5. The finals will be at noon on Thursday, and the straight pool actually commences on Wednesday evening. They do not conflict, because the straight pool is round robin, so we have a lot of flexibility. This should be a pretty good match. Hard to say how things turn out, but Kiamco is a very, very good player. Not really known for his one pocket play, but he's not compared to his rotational play. And Brandon plays really good one pocket, so I think should be a fairly even matchup. They both have a lot of firepower. I think they both understand the game. Very nicely done. Moved a lot of balls, made a ball, and look where Whitey was. Gave up nothing. Doesn't have to like that. I mean, it made it a little more difficult. I mean, it could have been a lot easier. Easier is better. Playing on a Gold Crown 2, I believe it is. Most of the tables here are 1s and 2s. In the back, he's got a couple of anniversaries. Total of 14 tables in the room, 10 of her in this room. All recovered in new Simonis 860 HR. Brandon has 5, and he's still at the table, and there's 3 there, so let's see if he does it. that. First game to Brandon in short order. That's what makes one pocket even more interesting. A game can take 5 minutes or 2 hours. I haven't actually seen too many 2-hour games. I've seen a 1 hour and 40-minute game. I've seen a 6-hour match race to 3. Ooh. And Warren scratched it. It kissed right off. He hit the second ball too full. Doesn't happen too often at that level of this level of play. Be interesting to get inside some of these players' heads and see what they're, because they're looking at this, looking at this, looking at this, and the analytical process would be really interesting to hear. That's kind of like science fiction time. Just make the 5 and try to come down below the rack, cross the rack. Shoot the 15, 8, whatever it is over there. Oh. I'm sorry. Well, he screwed up. Sold that shot out. He was supposed to be on the other side of that 14. Cue ball kind of dug in a little bit there, and balls didn't spread quite like he wanted. If he shoots the 10, he's pretty much stuck. I don't know. Let's see what he does. Nine's tough, but at least it keeps you in play if there's a future. He's just going to duck right here. I don't know. I'd give up the 10. No. Made it look simple. Possibly go up and back. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. He didn't hit it hard enough to go up and back. He put some left-hand English on it. Eventually, he's going to have to do something with that 8-ball that's sitting in Brandon's pocket. Like that. It is no longer sitting in his pocket. Warren has 3, Brandon has 2. No, they made 1. Oh, yeah. Okay. He was using that tap. Should be 10 balls on the table. Right. 3-2 Warren in this game. Race to 3. I would have thought he wanted to tuck the ball, cue ball, closer into the 6. I think he got a little lazy on that shot. As mentioned before, these tables are playing a little slower than people anticipate. I think it's just the humidity. Playing a little muggy. Yeah, things might start moving up table. 2 of them may go right now. Or he may just tuck again. No, takes him out. It's a race to 3. This is on the loser's side. They both have 1 loss apiece. Another ball that was undershot. Again, they're having speed adjustment issues at times. A nice little shot. Brandon may just have to just make that for him. Be done with it. This is what is referred to as the middle game. A lot of posturing and knocking them upstream. Warren has 4 and needs 4. Brandon has 2 and needs 6. So Brandon needs the balls in play a little bit more than Warren does. Well-placed cue ball on the rail, which means one more is going downstream. I'm just not sure what he's going to do here. Thinking about banking that thing. What's Whitey going to do, though? Yeah. That was the whole problem. He wanted to do something, but the risk was too high. Short. Now, if he's from Kentucky, he'd fire that in. And that's the advantage that those guys have. They play so much banks that it really enhances their one-pocket game. He's got a couple options here. Got quite a few. One is just go rail first and knock the 2 towards his hole. Wow. Like I had eyes. Hit it with ball speed, so it wouldn't be laying around the pocket to leave a one-railer back to Warren's pocket. So hit that one very nicely. Trying to make those balls where at least he can bank them or get behind them. So he accomplished it with the 5 ball. 6 ball still pretty tough. to bank that? Looks like he does. Shooting pretty straight. Yeah, you want another couple inches. He may try to shorten it, but I don't know. Oh, he tried to cross it over. That was a mistake. Might have got a little lucky there. Those banks get very, very touchy. Nice little touch. I think that was harder than it looked. All count stands at 5-4. Warren with 5. Oh, he likes those banks. Fires them in. And he doesn't study them real long. Makes up his mind, 2-3 strokes it, boom. A lot of confidence. That's important. Ball counts 5-5. Brandon won the first game. Race to 3. Pretty close to the kiss, possibly. And I think he's going to go for it. Nice shot. The rule is, basically, if you can't shoot the cue ball into the pocket, there's a kiss there. But he had enough distance to play with it. Hit that sweet. He's a capable player in all games, but he really likes one pocket. That was a nice shot, too. It's easy to get it close. It's tough to make it in the hole. Nice shot. Well, I kept it both of the rail. That makes it pretty hard to do anything with it. Although there's some old trick shot guys that would try to make that 13 across. I think there's a trick shot where it's frozen to the diamond. Pretty impressive. And we're coming to you from Pool Table Magic. I mentioned it quite a few times, but I can't say enough. This is a really great room. Great for spectators, great for players, clean, great food. All the equipment's kept spotless. Bathrooms are clean. It's a nice place. We elected to have the one pocket, U.S. Open one pockets here because, number one, the hotels are literally across the street. You could walk to the airport. It's an international airport, Bradley. We're staying across the street at La Quinta, and there was a room special for pool players at $67.50 per night, including breakfast, double occupancy. So you just can't beat that. So. Well, those two balls are pretty much out of play, so he's going to have to shoot this ball on the spot. He's on 7. He only needs one, and it's a possibility that he could try to one-rail that, but that's... Yeah, he can clear the 13. I thought the 13 might be in his bridge hand way. Brandon needs one and Warren needs all three. Try to run rail it too because it could be safe. Oh, except what he did with the cue ball. No, he couldn't do that because the other two balls were tying each other up as long as he kept above them. This was risky. I think Brandon might just move a little bit better than Warren. This game ball. Brandon 2 games, Warren none, and a race to 3. And this is a loser side match, so somebody's going home. The finals of the one pocket are Thursday at noon. And the straight pool starts Wednesday evening. They will not conflict with each other. Yeah, cute ball up between the second and third diamond. That's usually what the classic break. Nice shot, a little risky. If that doesn't go in, well, he sells out. At least a couple of balls, maybe possibly more. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Not sure if he can actually see past the blue ball. I think he can. If I had a one rail, the 14 or the 11, I guess it is. He's trying to carry the 5 over there. Tried to make it the 11, so. But he moved 2 balls over to his side. Took care of some danger. That's good. Not making much progress this game yet. going to be tough to get anything going towards his pocket too terribly much. The 13 will not to rail. There might have been a dead 7 ball in there, I believe, but it's no longer. And again, Warren is sponsored by Tiger Cue Sticks. We're the major sponsors of this event. We appreciate it. I'm sure Warren appreciates it. Check out their products. They're a pretty interesting company out of L.A. Everything's made in the U.S. Wow. That's what you call feather the ball. Moved about an inch. Nice carom shot. Also made one for the opponent, but he didn't get the shape he was hoping for. He did not get rewarded for that shot. Three to 1 Warren over Brendan. Yeah, I think the shot's just hit the 14 with a little draw and just kill the cue ball in that area somewhere. 14 goes across towards Warren's hole. Not really trying to make anything, it's positional. think he's trying to determine if the 8 will bend. I think it will. He just twists it a little bit and like that. Scores 3-3. Brandon's still at the table. He's supposed to might be able to get a couple more here. 1 ball and 13. Yeah, a little short again. Where Whitey goes. Ooh. I think he was trying to hit that to stop it so he could make the 5. Glanced off of it. Now he's creating himself a bigger problem. Brandon has 5. Warren has 3. Brandon has 2 games. Warren has no games. They're in a race to 3. Brandon is on the hill. I didn't think he wanted to make that. I thought he could get that out, but obviously he's a far better player than I am, and it's the value. You don't want to hang one up so he can start running balls. So. Interesting. Doesn't want to leave it. Got a lot of options though. It's just which one he favors. He can feather off the 6, feather off the 4. I don't think he can get too aggressive here. Got that ball in play pretty well, which kind of controls what Brandon has to do the next shot. So that's keeps him honest. Same thing. I don't know if there's enough to spin that one rail or not. There probably is, but then the cue ball's going to try to go in that side pocket if it can get past that cluster. Little cat and mouse. Yeah, just knock him upstream. Can't tell if the 5 will come back here or not. Could one rail the 5, but I don't think it's too wide. It's just hard to say. I can't really see the angles that well. Gotta miss the kisses. Gotta not leave a shot. That's the tricky part because the cue ball will go upstream. Effectively put the 5 out of commission for a while. My goodness, that's getting pretty close. Off-angle 3-railer. And you see our sponsors right behind Brandon. Aramith, OB, CSI, Pool Table Magic, Simonis, and Tiger. Yeah. Now we're into the chess aspect, I reckon. of thinking going on in this game. You have to stay focused. He's a little stumped. Again, there's a lot of options. You can just tap the ball. All you do is hit a rail after contact. Now, according to Hoyle, Grady Mathis and companies, how are we supposed to shoot that? It's a good try, just a little bit off mark. Hit it pretty good, is making it tough on Brandon. But he leads 5-4, so if he's asked to put this in, it'll be 5-5. Well, they're fighting for every ball. All right. Fight still goes on, but now it's 6-4. That was a big ball. Yeah, made sure he didn't give up a shot. If you slow lag that ball off, it leaves a short rail. A lot of moving in this game. Look at that. Nice little poke. He's just to do the same thing, just knock it upstream. something you need to do too is when the balls are like that, make sure if they're frozen or not. Because 3-ball acted like it could have been frozen. I don't think it was. There was one a couple of shots ago that very well could have been frozen. You can hear them. But if it's frozen, that really affects how the ruling, because that rail doesn't count with a frozen ball. Well, getting close. Uh-oh. Didn't like that going in the hole. Warren needs one. He's slowly getting point here, ball here. Ball here, ball there. Tried to give it back. Just gotta hit it. He might bank that 10. Not sure if it'll fit past the 7 or not, but I think it might. He'll keep it near his hole. Oh, he's not doing that at all. Yeah, the 5 wouldn't go behind the ball. Boy, it came close, though. Would be an intentional. Came down far enough to Warren can't do too much. He might try a 2-railer. It's very tricky. And he did. Oh, that was a big shot. Made that, he'd gotten the 5-ball with it. It looked like it threw just a twitch, but it also hit it pretty fat. Thinking man's game. I guess a lot of these would be good for the onepocket.org where they say, you know, what would you do forum questions. Some of those are very interesting. I'd encourage people to go to onepocket.org, and since it is a one-pocket forum. Also, AZ Billiards has a little bit of discussion on it, but the bulk of One Pocket is over at onepocket.org. Yeah, that scratch has been there for 1,000 years. Anytime you try to spin a ball out of the corner, it goes straight for that side pocket. All right, 2 games to Brandon and 1 game for Warren in a race to 3. So game number 4 coming up. I believe Warren is breaking. And he is. And this is a must-win game for him. That'll make it heel-heel. Hit that one a little bit better. Cue ball should have ended up on that rail, another diamond, 12 to 15 inches. Good cue ball. Real good cue ball. Not too shabby with the object balls either, so he has pretty much nullified the break completely. Gonna take an intentional. And he did. Didn't mean to hit it that hard. Those are tough shots when you just want to nip the ball. Definitely a place to go. I think he was trying to make that ball, but he knew that he'd be relatively safe. But he had another shot. If he had made it, could have pushed the 6 over there and very possibly could have gotten 4 or 5 balls. What's Warren going to do? He could kick at this, just make the 1. Cue ball would then be behind the 415. Come off the 6. Hasn't got too terribly many options. Off the 6, the cue ball off the split of 415. Now, see, that's. That was pretty dangerous. I think he can make this 15. Yeah, right. Trying to get behind the 6. The natural angle is going to take it down towards there. A little wide, but he's protected. He may get aggressive and try to make it, kick it. Kick, bank, kick, take it over to the other side, just like that. It's kind of natural. There's going to be a lot of little ticky-tack safes here for a while till the ball's getting into a position where something can happen. Usually when you do a defense, you try to have an offense tied in there somewhere. And like I said before, you can't win by defense. I mean, it gets you to the table for offense, but you have to cater the balls to your strengths. Snip and put the cue ball in the end rail. It's in the middle. Patience. When Warren played Corey a couple matches ago, he showed a little bit of impatience. So, The wheels are turning. Now when we play the straight pool, I think you'll see a lot of offense play. Pockets are not overly large, but they're generous. 4 3/4 plus. Pretty thin. Well, something's going to happen here. Took my eyes off the table for half a second and they opened fire on me. Warren's getting in trouble this game. 6 to -1. Brandon wins this game, it's over. Oh, what's he looking at? Okay. Oh, did fit. Brandon's going to put the screws to him. Now he's not going to want to make a mistake. The risk is too high. Well, looks pretty close from here, too. He has got a kick. Before he hits the ball, he better have his mind made up. Indecision is the worst thing you can do while you're stroking the ball. I don't care if you decide wrong. make your decision, make a commitment, go through your pre-shot routine, and shoot it. If you're full of doubts, it's not going to turn out well. Warren needs them all. And that opened them up a little bit. Probably as good as you could expect from that angle. Got a little, looks like a training routine there, a little 5-ball horseshoe. Yeah, he's liable to leave a bank unless it lands on the rail. Where's it going to end? Oh, he got pretty lucky. If gone up another inch or two, he would have left a short rail. He's supposed to. He's got a very good odds of making that one. There it is. Well, it got kind of interesting towards the end. A lot of moving, but Brandon just, you know, when you only need one, the other guy needs them all. He's in a pretty dominating position. Yeah. They're good sports about it. Again, Tiger is the sponsor of Warren Kiamco, and we appreciate them. Brandon was sponsored by Hustlin' Clothing, Baltimore Q Club, and Tony Robles, NAPL, the National or North American Pool League out of New York. Next match is at 5 o'clock, and this is the U.S. Open One Pocket Championship from Pool Table Magic in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. See you later.